Hello, this is Tamara. Welcome back to Unboxing the Doll World. So today I am doing a ranking video, and it will be a ranking of the Bratz characters in the Bratz world. So there's a lot of Bratz characters, and a lot of them are like the little Bratz, the Bratz Babies, and they have different names, so they're not included in this list. This list is made up of characters that I know from the top of my head, like ones I did not have to look up. Like Odelia would be one that would be an example. She's the one I had to look up, so she wouldn't be one that's on my list. But some of these dolls I don't own, but truly want to own, and I'll actually go a little more into how they're ranked. So how are these dolls ranked? They're ranked on a couple of factors. The first factor is what they meant to me as a child. So like if they hold like sentimental value. Another factor is what I seeked out as a child, like what dolls I really wanted the most and compared to what dolls I currently want the most. Another factor is that fashion, like how they appear in their respective lines, if they're consistently like ones that resonate with me in terms of their style. And another factor is their character based in like movies and shows and the games. So those are the factors I am looking at when ranking my dolls that I like. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Oh, by the way, there are 37 dolls in this list. Some will be quickly spoken about, some will be more elaborated on. So I have my laptop here because I obviously don't have it memorized. So when I was kind of going through this list, I looked at the list of the names on Wikipedia, and I just kind of went through each name and then put them on like top or bottom of names that are already in the list. So it kind of just fleshed its way out into the list. I keep saying I'm going to get into it and then I ramble more. So who's number one? I feel like I have said it before, but that is Roxy. So a little story time. So when I was in elementary school, we had a school fair and I had raffle tickets, and one of the prizes was Eye Candy Phoebe. So I bought Phoebe and I was like, wow, I really need Roxy now. And so it felt like this big goal where I had to get Roxy because I had her twin sister. So there, from that, I went to the store finally and I got Treasure's Roxy. And I don't know, I just absolutely fell in love with the doll. And I always played with the story when I was younger, which when I did my diamond painting I'll talk more about. But I always played with the story, and I really forgot what the story was before she came into the picture, but it all kind of revolved around Roxy once I got her. So from a child aspect, like she's an extremely sentimental doll to me because I was just really drawn to her. I always played with her, and I don't want this to go away. And she was just one that, I don't know, it's just, when I think of Bratz, like she's my childhood of Bratz essentially. And so that's why she's number one. I also like her character, especially in the Rock Angels game. She's just kind of spunky, and I feel like she comes off as a really free-spirited character, which I kind of played her as, but she played more as like serious character when I used to play with her. But also, I like her fashion. When I was younger, I always wanted to be a little goth or punk, so I was really drawn to her fashion. And I like her in every line, even the Heroes line, which is not the best line. But I still really like her in that line. I like her in all the lines, as I said. Princess is my other favorite too, on top of the Treasures line. So overall, I think she's a really cool character. She's definitely my favorite, obviously. And those are all the reasons why she's number one. So the second one is probably not commonly people's top Bratz, but my second one is Tiana. So I picked Tiana because it's kind of based more on my story, and I'll talk more about that when I do my diamond painting, but she was Roxy's best friend. And it's essentially why, like, I'm a sentimental value. Like, I picked her, and it's mostly sentimental value that I pick her, because she has not been in many lines. She's only been Tokyo Go-Go line twice as with the dance floor and as a collector edition, and she was also in the Welcome to Fabulous line, which she is pretty cool looking in. I like her style. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I like her style in all the lines she's been in, but I also just, I don't know, there's also another doll I was really drawn to and I often played with, and I don't really know so much about her character though, but those are my reasons for picking her. So based on my childhood story, obviously Phoebe should be third. I like Phoebe because of like my childhood, like her being very significant and how I ended up with getting Roxy. But another reason I pick her is based on her fashion. I believe every line she's ever been in, she's been totally cool, stunning. Like her fashion that I put her in is quite unique at times, and I just really like it. So something about her, like, I got the birthday bash Phoebe, and I got her when I was at that toy store in my hometown, in the town I live in. And it's not my hometown, I'm from somewhere else. But I was very excited when I got her, so I'm just very excited when I get her from a line in particular. I'm often drawn to her from the lines she's in, like the school line, which I know has another name. I love her like original twin fashion when she came out with Roxy for the first time. I like her birthday bash one. Her face is beautiful. So I really like Phoebe for like sentimental value and because of the line she's in. Okay, so fourth one is also one that I don't think many people would pick as a top Bratz, but that is Maylin. So I actually have her. I got her at a reasonable price. For a longest time I was looking for her. Like, I had put my dolls away, but I still really wanted to get a Bratz doll, and she was the one I had my sights set on. And I was looking for her for quite a while, but the prices were really high. And then my dad passed away on me, and I wanted to kind of find something that was really comforting to me in a sense. And then I found her at a reasonable price on eBay. I got her for $30, which is insane when you know how expensive she could be. And I don't know, it was just kind of, it brought that sense of childhood back to me, and it was really comforting because even when I was younger, like, it was kind of my escape to play dolls a lot when I was younger. There's not much more about her, like, in terms of character. She's only came out once. There's not much more to her fashion. I think she's the prettiest of the three of the limited edition Tokyo Go-Go dolls. But that is my reason for picking her. It's extremely sentimental to me, and yes. So that is why she is number 4. I also want to say with this list, before I go further on, is that I like all these dolls. I'm ranking literally like top favorite to like lower favorite, minus the last 2, which, please don't kill me when I get to that one. Number 5 was, if the others were as sentimental, these would actually be higher, but Sierra and Tiana, the Wicked twins, they go together because they obviously only came out once in that set. Oh my gosh, can I not talk about how much these were a grail doll to me? Like, I own them. They appeared in some videos. They're kind of behind some other ones right now. Oh, I really wanted these dolls, and I paid a pretty penny for them. Probably more than I should have. But they were worth it to me to get them. And I for years, same as Maylin, like, even though I had my dolls put away, like, they were another one, like, I just kept searching, hoping I could find for, like, good price. And obviously, they've always been expensive. I only, after I bought them, found them at a lower price, but I mainly only like them because they look like Roxy, with the treasure's face and the, like, punk style. So there's nothing more beyond that, but aesthetically, like, they're one of my most favorite dolls, and that's why they're number 5. I feel like some of these are definitely gonna be different. I want to know yours is, by the way. Let me know what your, like, ranking is, like top 5, top 20. You can list as many as you want. I want to hear from you. But number 6 is Sheridan. And I know she's only come out twice with the Diamonds and the Hollywood, not Hollywood, the movie, my apologies. And I don't know, she was just another doll I was very drawn to when I got her. I just absolutely loved her like long black hair. I just thought she had a really stunning face, and like she was one that I was very excited to get because I only thought she came out once. So I got her and I was like, I got her, and I was so excited. And they came with that real diamond. It was totally real, but yeah. So I really like her. She was also in my story like quite close with Roxy as like good friends. So as I said, I'll go more in details, and I keep saying that, so I'm gonna stop saying that. But what was I saying? Sorry. So I also, in the Forever Diamonds movie, like I really liked her character. Like she was very like shy but very sweet, and was like just very supportive and helpful. And she was just like, I know they were in a like tough situation with Mandy and shit, and so like I don't know, she's kind of just saved the day and just was very helpful and sweet. So I just thought she was a really good character, and that's why I picked her at 6. 7th is Nora. So Nora I picked greatly more on aesthetics. I've always loved her in every single line. Her looks, her face, her style, everything about her is just absolutely like cool, stunning, fashionable. Like she always sticks out when any like line that she's in. I have her as Safari and I have her in the Dynamite, and I really want to get her new in the Safari, but when I got her in Dynamite I was just ecstatic. Like she looks so freaking edgy and cool. Like I was so happy. I was so happy to get the whole line, and I do plan to unbox that line. But I really want to get her in Funk Out also. I just want to get her, obviously I want to get them all, but I really want to get her. Like she's one I'm really drawn to. Like I really want to get probably first in like, I already have Chloe, but I definitely want to get Nora next for the Wildlife Safari. 8 is Nora. I know she's not come out much, and I really only have her, she should be right there, the Flower Girls, and she was this one again, kind of like Sheridan, and also looks very similar to Sheridan, is that she only came out like for single, I feel like I was told she's a twin, and I probably should have looked this up. But obviously I just know her from Flower Girls because I have her. But she was one of those, like, it was not like such a popular line, and it was very like, they're just different colors, like purple, pink, and then you have same outfit basically. It was not the most original line, but she just stood out from the line, and I just was very excited when I got her. And so I think that's why I picked her as 8. There's not really much more to it. I'm kind of surprised I felt her to be 8 on my list, but that's where she landed. So 9 is Kiana. And so Kiana is definitely a grail doll for me. I do not have her, and she's very hard to get because she is quite expensive. And I just think she's stunning. I know she's only come on the Wild Wild West line. But in that line, she totally stands out. She makes the line. Like, I have Fienna from that line, and definitely underwhelmed with Fienna. But Kiana is just like, she's the star of that line. And so I really want her. She's definitely a girl, and I hope to get her sometime. 10th is Lily. I know she's not also been in a lot of lines. She's only been in the Sports and the Sweetheart special edition and the line. But I really like her. Especially for the Sports one, I'm very drawn to her. She's right there. She is just also really stunning. I think I was really drawn to her hair, which is a weird thing to say, but so when I was playing Sims 3 for the first time, I decided to make her as a character, and I was just so excited to mess with the low lights and the highlights in the hair, because you couldn't do that in The Sims 2. So that's not the only reason I like Lily, but I don't know, she's just, although she's not come out many lines, I think she just stands out for her line. She's a really stunning doll, and she was also one I was kind of drawn to as a child too, like sentimental, like she was often like part of the story too. She was Roxy's enemy, but I will explain more on that later again. But yes, so she is number 10. 11th is Tiana. Pretty similar reason as Sheridan and Lily. Lily the Aesthetics and Sheridan because the only coming out in one line. She stood out for her line, I believe. Well, except for Chloe and Jasmine, that kind of Kumi, Felicia, and Serena really stood out for the Sweet Dreams line. But I know Serena also comes out as the triplets, which really confuses me. And I know she also comes out, I think it's Bratz Babies, but I just know her mostly from the Sweet Dreams line. So yeah, she was just one I was also very ecstatic to get, and she was also really sentimental to me as a child. I feel like Kumi should be above Serena, but when I was just filling out the list, like feeling my positions for like each character, Kumi ended up below Serena. But I love Kumi. She's 12, right? I'm losing track. 12. And she is, I think, all of her lines, she looks absolutely stunning too. She pops out like in the Ooh La La line. She looks really cool in the school line. Her limited edition, I really like the blue-red like kimono that she has. I like her character in the game. Now I'm blanking which game it is. I know she's in Florida. I think it's the Forever Diamonds one. I just like her character. She also seems like a very like free-spirited character. So that is why I have her as 12. 13th is Kina, which is the highest of the Passion for Fashion ones that only came out once, which is, I don't know, like the other ones ranked lower for me, including even Dresden, which you'll know the position when I get to it. But yeah, so Kina mainly because I just really like her style. I like, she's kind of like, sorry, she kind of has like a Harajuku, like very like cute Japanese like style, and I just really like it. I think you guys could tell I do like Japanese culture and style and music as I talk about it. So yeah, just really drawn to her for that. 14th is Megan. Megan is definitely a sentimental one to me. Granted, Jasmine should be for the same reason, but you'll see where she is on my list. But Megan was the second Bratz girl I ever got, and I just, every line, like, she stands out for me too. Like, she's one, like, if I could really get, I'm like super excited about, like, again, because of collecting. When I got the Express It line, the whole line, like, she was the main one. I was like, oh my gosh, I got her again. Like, I don't know, I love her, like, super vibrant red hair. She, like, gets, like, very, like, cute face paints, very edgy face paints. I don't know, I just really like her. In the games, I like her character also. She's this very, like, chill character. And so, I don't know, that's another reason I'm drawn to her, and that's why she's 14. 15th is Aubry. So, when I was in high school, I gave up playing Bratz, like, I act like it's a drug. I gave up playing Bratz before high school. The day before I started high school. Let's say that too. So, I would often peek in and see how the Bratz were doing after that, and I wanted to see like what collections were coming out and stuff. So the 10th anniversary came out my sophomore year, I think. Yeah, sophomore year. So I was like really drawn to Aubry from the whole bunch, like because she had like a very sophisticated look and also the long red hair. I had red hair in high school, so I guess I was really drawn to it, but I just really thought she was a really cool character, so I really wanted her first when I was getting the 10th anniversary dolls. I do have two more? I have three more, sorry. The other two I kind of often forget what ones they are, which I feel bad. There's 10 of them, and they're not like main characters, so but Aubry is the one that stands out for me. 16th is Dana, which I feel like should be higher. She's one I played with a lot as a child and was often like really into my story too, because she was also really a good friend of Roxy's. But and often in her packs, I really like her a lot, like in the Girls Night Out line, the Funk Out line. I have another one, I'm blanking now. I like her Sun-Kissed Summer. Like, I really like her in all her lines. Like, I never have complaints. But somehow she just ended up lower on the line. Leah is 17th. Her spring break one is really what draws it in. She's just absolutely like cute in that line. And I have her sleepover doll, which I was really excited to get her when I was younger because again, she was kind of one of those like, didn't come out in many lines, so I was just really happy when I got her. I've done a few photography with her too. I guess she's just one I'm drawn to for like aesthetic and like pulling out fashion and stuff. So yeah, that is who I have as my 17th. So finally a main character. Jade is my 18th, and so obviously Jade is my highest of the main. And why the main girls are lower, I think it's, to me, oversaturation sometimes. So like, I know they're the main characters. Obviously they're gonna be in every single line for the most part. I often go for like things that are like not as common or popular. So I guess that's probably why a lot of the ones that are higher up on my list are probably not ones that I don't think many people would choose. Because they haven't been in a lot of lines. Nonetheless, again, this is a like top fave thing. I still absolutely love Jade, especially when I got her the funk out. I was just ecstatic. Like, she was definitely a grail for that one, and I want to get her so bad in Tokyo Go Go. Jade in every line, like, I don't really have any complaints. There's some lines like, if she was not good in the line, it was just the line that was not good for me. Like the icons line. Ooh. But I'm sorry if you like that line. But I feel like a lot of people don't like that line. But so that's why Jade. Jade's character, like based on TV show and game. I'm gonna base more on the games because I didn't really watch too much of the TV shows. I did watch the movies. Forever Diamonds is the one I remember the most because I like the game. So, Jade's character in terms of like her actual character, is probably my least favorite. I don't know. I feel like the other ones are more fleshed out, and hers is kind of goes under the radar for me. Let me know what you think. But Jade is definitely my top main, but my lowest in terms of like the personality aspect. Right after that is Sasha, which I feel like pretty much goes neck to neck with Jade, like, but Sasha I definitely like more personality wise, especially in terms of her interests, because she's really into music, and I absolutely love music, and it's like my life, so I can't live without music. If music didn't exist, I wouldn't be here. But like, so I also like her character. She's just, I think, more outgoing in terms of like personality and stuff too. So she's probably my most favorite personality. And also fashion, I don't think I have any complaints either. She's also one of those, if she didn't work out for the line, it was the line, not her. So like Jade and Sasha, again, just never really fail for me. And so when I get Sasha too, it's just one I'm super excited about. I really want to get flashback fever of her. The one I was most excited to get, which I unboxed, was Girls Night Out. I do have one more Sasha. I have a couple more Sashas. I wish I had more to unbox, but I definitely have one more that will be super exciting. But yes, so Sasha is, where's I at? There's so many, I'm sorry. 19th. My cat's decided to join me. She's purring away. She's so cute. But 20th is Charlie. Just kind of one again that only came out for Pampered Pups, and I just thought she was really pretty. Her face, her hair, everything. Nothing more beyond that, just because like she only came out for that. But again, I was just drawn to her because like she only came out once and she was a really pretty character. So that is why she is 20th. I got up for a minute and I had to shift over because my cat decided to take my spot. I'm looking at you. Yeah, you're looking at me. She's so cute. But 21 is Felicia. Felicia, it's kind of like Dana for me too. So I had her higher up, and it was kind of like with Dana. She was higher up, but kind of as I kept going through, a lot of them were like picked for like sentimental reason, and like one I was really drawn to as a kid. Felicia was definitely one I was drawn to as a kid also. Like, I really wanted to get, and I still really want to get. I think Kiana should probably be, and Kina should probably be a little bit lower on the list for this reason, but like, they're so expensive to get. And I think it like takes away from the fact, because like I feel like I'm never really gonna get them because like the price is always so high. So I don't know, I think it's just maybe feeling defeated in a sense of getting these dolls. But I think Felicia like stands out in all of her lines. I know she's only been in 2 and then had the holiday doll, which I do have the holiday doll. But obviously the campfire and the sweet dreams dolls go up like nearly to like $1,000. So, but she is absolutely stunning in both of her lines. I really like her campfire one. I feel like she had the best aesthetic in that line for sure. But yeah, so I have Felicia at 21. 21 is Soria. Similar reason as Charlie. Not really much more I can say on it. Kind of another reason that she may be a little higher is because I nearly had her and I had tried to get her off of Facebook, and I was gonna get her for a really good price. I was gonna get her, the person listed 4 dolls for $40 and she was included. And I found out the seller actually did sell this doll because I saw that somebody else had got it, and how I know is because the rope was broken on the box. And when the person posted on Facebook that they had got her, the rope was broken. And it was broken in the same manner. And they said they had got it off of Facebook. And I'm not going to go much more in detail about that. But, because I nearly had got her, and the person took my money and never sent them to me, I think it's just one I, like, out of spite now really want. No, I think she's a really cool character too. She doesn't, I think she would be lower on my list. Like, she doesn't stand out like significantly to me, and she's not one I like think about like, oh my gosh, I really want to get like all the time. That's because I so closely had her. Soria was 22. My bad. But 23 is, if my cat would not get on my computer, is Shadi. She was another one like next to Aubry. I was really happy to get Shadi. I got her at the same time as I got Aubry. She was just another one that stood out from the 10th anniversary dolls for me, and I just really like her aesthetic, and she's just really pretty doll, so I was really happy to get her. 24 is Rhea. Rhea, I know, has like a whole character, I believe a whole character in the 2015 reboot show. I only picked her like for where she is on the list because of her aesthetic. I really like her and her lines. I know she really didn't like, I know she was before 2015, but she became like a main character after that. I have 2 of her, one up there. I had to travel abroad and then study abroad. And then, which one is it now? Sorry. And then I have a metallic madness of her, and then I have her original. So I do like her, but mainly just because of aesthetic. My reasons are going to become a little less now. These dolls are not as much sentimental, but more based on aesthetic where they're at. 25 is Tess. I have her sports dance one, and I just think she looks really cool. I like her face. I think she's a really pretty doll, and I really want to get the twins. They're also a grail one for me. I like twins in general. I don't know. Hence the Wicked Twins and Roxy and Phoebe. So 26 is Fienna, and it's kind of funny how I ended up with her there. I love Fienna, and I was very happy when I first got Fienna, and then I got her again, and then I got her again, and then I got more of her, and I realized I was kind of saturated, and I like her in her line, but she's never like stands out particularly for me. But I never have any complaints either. I like Fianna's character, especially in the games. She's so like, she kind of reminds me of Roxy a little bit too. But she's a little more forward. But I don't know, just, I feel like Fienna is like, it's gonna be kind of the same with Chloe in the same sense I'll talk about later. So I'll just wait till I get to Chloe. But yeah, Fienna is at 26. I keep getting lost. Yeah, 26. 27 is Shania. Mainly just the cottagecore look. She came out, I forget what part of the 10th anniversary later on thing, but I get those lines mixed up. But I really like her. I like the short hair, the red short hair. She just stands out as a character, and that's why I have her where she's at. 28 is Vanessa. I feel like a lot of people really like her, and so I was kind of surprised she was a little bit lower on my list. She was one I was really excited to get because she's not a common one either. But I got Ice Champions one, and I'm really not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of that line, and I think that's why she appeals less to me, because I only have her in that line. I know she's been in other ones too, but she's kind of what I forget about also, so that's why I have her placed where she's at. I think some of these now are more like, because I don't think about them as much, but Aubry is my next one, and I really like her, and I was very excited to get her. But I got her on accident. So one time I was on eBay, this is when I first started getting collecting again. I saw Jasmine, Tokyo Go-Go Jasmine for a cheap price, and I saw Kina, who I thought was only 40 bucks. And I was like, holy crap, that's a deal. So I order her and I get Aubry. And so I was not happy. But I do like Aubry. I like her like nerdy character. She's really cool down, and she does definitely stand out. But it may be one of the spite things again where it's just a little bit lower. And I'm like, I almost like had Kina, and I would have got Aubry. Was definitely one on my list. But I forget I have her because of that too. So I just felt like she was lower on the list because of that. So 30th is Jasmine. Why I'm cringing when I say that is because she really should be the highest, because she's the first Bratz I got. First one ever, the Express It Jasmine. But it's also that kind of that saturation thing for me, because she comes out in every single line, and like, I don't know, and she's never like my top favorite for each line. Like, there's a few lines I really like her in, like the original line was she's my favorite out of them. But I don't know, she's just typically underwhelming for me. And I feel really bad to say that, because I think Jasmine, like, her personality, like in the shows and everything in the games, like, she's a really sweet character, and like she's really caring, and like, is she like nature loving and stuff, but like, and I think like that makes her a really cool character. But like, I don't know, like, I'm almost like sad when this is gonna be the same thing for Chloe too. But like, I don't know, it's, so I'll talk about this briefly, but I'm gonna talk about more when I do the diamond painting. But ones that are like not as common, like obviously sell for more. So I feel like sometimes I'm like really wanting a doll from a line, but I'm stuck either getting Chloe or Jasmine because they're always the cheapest of the line. So I feel like it's this one, kind of like Vanessa, where I keep, not Vanessa, Fienna, where I keep like getting them, and like, I kind of wish for a different doll sometimes. I have so many Jasmines. So many Jasmines. Like, it's kind of crazy. And the same thing with Chloe. I have like a ridiculous amount of Chloes, and I really wish I had like more variation, but it's kind of the market that sometimes pushes like where I end up getting dolls. And I often end up with like a lot of like Jasmine and Chloe and Fienna. So that's kind of mainly why I have Jasmine a little bit lower. And forgive me if I don't know if you guys agree. I probably assume, I'm assuming most of you agree with the market thing, because it is true that they do sell lower. And I know I shouldn't rate them lower just because of that, but aesthetically Jasmine is like not as like yay for me as much as like getting Jade or Sasha for the main girls. So yeah. 31 is Dresden. probably along the same lines as Felicia. Her being such an expensive doll, I feel like it's just one that it's going to be a very long time until I get. And it's not really like a priority for me to get her. I think she's a stunning doll. I absolutely love her outfits that she comes with. But it's just kind of because of the market, it's one I don't think about as often because it's not one I'm going to get very soon. So that's mainly why she's lower on the list. 32 is Katya. Why she's lower is interesting because when I was younger, she was actually one of my most favorite dolls. And it kind of became one of those things too where like I kept getting her and getting like more of her. And like, I don't know, when I was young, it kind of like, she lost appeal to me because like I feel like I had too many of her. I think a lot of these may like rank lower because I had too many of them as a child. And I don't know, I've always been one to be like, I really like novelty. So like things that are rare, like things that are not as common typically draw me more. I know Roxy is a little more common and also very popular. So I guess she's kind of the outliner, seeing she's my top one. But like, if you notice, a lot of my dolls that I pick for the characters are ones that are like only been in one line, especially like Maylin. So I know Katya hasn't come out like as a lot of lines as like other ones, but like I always felt like she was just one I just kept getting, and the ones I have her are like my least favorite lines. Like I have her sports one, but I have her in I believe it's Sasha's Fashion for Fashion outfit. Yes, I think so. And I have Holiday Katya, which I found to be a very underwhelming doll. So that's kind of why Katya is a little bit lower on my list. 33 is Destiny. I only have her lower on the list. I think she's a really cool doll and I would really like to get her. But Dresden probably being lower on the list for this reason too, is that I really didn't know about them until like this last year. So it's just not one I like really think about. Obviously it was not one I like thought about as a kid because I only learned about them this year. So kind of weird. Some of these I like Bratz and I'm only learning about some of them only recently, which is kind of interesting. But that's really the only reason I have a lower. I really would like to get her though. 24 and 25 are Kiana and Liliani. I have them, they probably should really just be next to each other. I have Liliani's Fashion Pixies Bratz Kids doll, which I think is super cute. So this is one maybe I saturated myself upon. I really wanted the sisters, like absolutely wanted the sisters. And I could have easily got them because they're actually not really priced that high. But I kind of just like, oh, I'm gonna get them. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get them. And I'm like, no. And then I'm like, as I keep going back and forth so much, I kind of just lost interest in getting them. Like, as I said, I still plan to get them, but I think they just lost appeal for that reason, and why they're kind of lower on my list. I think I said 24 and 25 for the sisters. I meant 34 and 35, but 36 is Chloe. Chloe's definitely my least favorite, the main. Although personality-wise, I think I resonate with her significantly because I am quite the drama queen, and so is she. And I love how she can like blow things out of proportion, because I definitely can too. But it kind of goes the same like with Jasmine and Fienna, where I feel like they're lower on the market and they're so easy to get, where like, I don't know. So I'll go with this really quickly too. So if you're for main, I think you should be across the board the same. I've heard people talk about why they're lower and like why Sasha and Jade are higher, but like, I don't know. I just feel like because they're main, they should all be about the same. But Chloe, I feel like there's only 2 lines I could think of that she's not in. She's in every single line, and like Sasha and Jade like often get kind of like, if they're out of a line, they're out of it most, and then Jasmine's like second to be in almost all the lines. So I don't know, I feel like she kind of gets favoritism. I don't know, this might be controversial now, but I feel like she kind of gets favoritism in terms of like the lines and like being like produced more, which I've heard she's overproduced, but I don't know for sure on that one. But I mean, I watch other YouTubers talk about these things too, so there's like talk that like Jasmine and Chloe are often overproduced. So, but Chloe is one of those I felt like I always got as a child. So like obviously like I would get, when I was younger I couldn't buy my dolls, I had to get them as gifts. So Chloe was one that like I felt like I was very excited to get her when I first got her, and the second time I got her, and then the third time I got her. After like the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, like it just feels like I got too many of her. And like, I don't know, like, it's just like character wise I resonate with her, but like, I mean personality wise, like how they have her as personality, but like in terms of like doll too, she's my least favorite of like all the lines in terms of like how like her aesthetic is. And I don't know, I wouldn't say like I dislike Chloe, but she's definitely my least favorite for sure. Last but not least is Maribel. She's the lowest on this list because I only remembered her because I was going through the list of names and I have her, and it's like the makeup design one, and she's very underwhelming to me. And she's not one I'm just really drawn to for the doll aesthetic and her lines. So like that's why she's lowest on my list. So that is my list. I feel like towards the end there, I feel like I got a little controversial, but that really is my opinion. Please, if you disagree, be kind. I'm open to everyone's opinion, and if they like have difference with mine, I definitely want to hear it. If you agree, let me know. Again, I feel like I really got controversial with talking about Chloe. I do like her still, she's just not my favorite of the main. I don't know. Yeah. It's so hard to like, I don't know, she's just not one I'm like crazy about, I'm sorry. And I bet like there's some people that's like the most favorite doll, and then here I am like, she's saturated. Like, oh, I'm sorry, but if you sat through this whole video and to hear me with the last two, I apologize again, but thank you for sitting through it. I feel like it was long, but I really wanted to list all the people, like, not all the people, they're not people, all the characters I know and or have, so yeah. But thank you, just let me know what you guys think. If you like the video, leave a like. Again, let me know what your opinion is. If you agree or disagree, I would love to hear it. Let me know what you guys think about the market too. I'm going to talk more about it when I do my diamond painting video. I'm just going to talk about a lot of things when I do that video. You're just going to watch me diamond paint and I'm going to talk. So, but the market is very controversial too. That's my word of the day. But I think like there's so much like speculation on like why certain dolls are more expensive, and like as I said, the overproduced thing, like I heard that to be more like rumor, so it's like I don't know. So let me know what you guys know or think. So I'm gonna leave it there. If you like this channel, please subscribe. I wouldn't mind, and I will see you for my next video. I don't know what that's gonna be. I have some ideas in mind, but I really wanted to do this video. I like ranking videos. I watch a lot of them, and I say a lot. I'm just gonna let this go. Bye.